Well, hello fellow film fans, and thank you for visiting my YouTube channel, Tyler's Real Movie Talk. And in this video, this is going to be my review of Incredibles 2. Didn't mean to rhyme there, but it just kind of happened, so I'm just going to roll with it. So this is my review of Incredibles 2. I'm going to tell you guys what I thought about this film, what I liked about it, what maybe I didn't like about it, and everything of that nature. But before we get into all that, I do got to say, if you're a fan of movie talk, movie reviews, and really everything of that nature, definitely consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell down below, which will notify you anytime I have any new content coming out. But with that out of the way, let's dive right into this review. And just to start things off, I really do gotta say that I enjoyed this movie a hell of a lot. Now, to get things going here, this movie does take place pretty much right at the end of the first Incredibles, with the Underminer coming up and them having to spring into action to stop him. And it really, the supers are illegal. They're illegal, so if they try to go in and help, then they do get arrested and everything of that nature. And really, it's about this guy who comes along and he wants to change that perception. He wants to make supers legal again. He is inspired by supers, and that's really what this story is about. It's about him trying to change public perception of supers, because the public perception isn't really good at the start of this movie, to say the least. So like I said, I really enjoy this movie. Look, after some thought, this could be a top 5 movie of the year. I think it's too early to determine that right now, because I mean, there's just been a hell of a lot of good movies so far this year. Like, I can't even put into words how great this year of movies has been. But this is just a fantastic thing to say about an animated film, that it could be a top 5 movie of the year. Look, you don't get to say that about an animated film that often. Now, obviously, the last 2 years you kind of have with Incredibles 2 and with Coco for some people, but you don't get to say it that often. So, I mean, I think it's a fantastic thing that we are looking at this movie, and that I am looking at this movie as possibly a top 5 movie of the year, because it really is that good. Now, one of the things I will talk about in this video is, you know what? I've heard a lot of people talk about Jack Jack and how Jack Jack steals the show. Look, don't get me wrong, Jack Jack is fantastic, and he kind of does steal the show to some degree, because the parts that he is in are just so fantastic, and they're so hilarious, and they just add a lot of comedic elements to the film that the film really needs. But also, in my opinion, he's not the person that steals the show entirely. Now, the person that steals the show entirely, for me, might come as a surprise to you, and that is simply that I think Dash steals the show. Now, I have a multitude of reasons why I think that. I think the action that Dash is involved in is absolutely fantastic. I love how he can run fast, mainly because I'm a huge fan of The Flash, so I really love that about him. And I just really love the parts that he's in as well, because they do add comedic elements to the film as well as Jack Jack's parts. So I really think that Dash was a great addition to this film, and I really think he did steal the show for me to some degree. I almost said Dash Dash. That is how my mind is so wrapped up in this movie, because I enjoyed it that much. And look, also about this film, look, the family moments were great. I thought the family chemistry was great, and really what makes the family moments great is Mr. Incredible trying to take care of the kids while Elastigirl is out doing her mission, trying to change public perception of superheroes. I thought that was fantastic about this film, mainly because, I mean, it is about 70 to 75% of the film is Mr. Incredible trying to be a father to these kids and trying to figure out his rhythm in being a father. And it just really hit me hard, because, when he failed at certain things, he did everything he could to make it right, and he worked on it and worked on it. And I just really appreciated that going into this, because I appreciate that kind of mindset. So I really loved those moments, and like I said, especially his moments with Jack Jack were absolutely incredible, no pun intended. So I just really loved that part about the movie. Now, going on to Elastigirl, I liked her parts in this movie as well. I really liked the role reversal that they did in this film, and putting Mr. Incredible to the back and really making Elastigirl the head honcho per se, like the head crime fighter. I thought that was great, and I thought it was a good role reversal and a good change up from the first Incredibles, which I really appreciated in this as well. Now, I do gotta say that the jealousy Mr. Incredible portrayed when Elastigirl had success doing what she was doing, and when they wanted Elastigirl to be the face of the supers, look, it was fantastic. The jealousy he displayed and just the disbelief he displayed was absolutely great. It was super entertaining, and I really enjoyed that. And also another thing I really enjoyed was the villain. Look, the villain takes some twists and turns, you know what I mean? So I mean, I appreciated that, especially in an animated film. You don't expect that in an animated film. You expect the animated film to be kind of straightforward and maybe kind of dumb, tailored toward a kid-friendly audience. But this movie, I didn't feel like did that too much, you know what I mean? And I really enjoyed what they did with the villain, the screenslaver. I don't know why I did that in quotations, but I definitely just did. But the screenslaver, I thought that was fantastic. I thought he was a fantastic villain, and I thought the way they went with him was a fantastic way to go. Now, also, one of the things I do got to say that is a little negative for me is this film does get predictable. I mean, at least for me anyway, you know, I saw it coming from a mile away, maybe halfway through the movie. I was like, okay, yeah, something's going on here. I think this is going to happen at the end, and it kind of did happen to go that way. So it is a little predictable in some parts, I will say that. And also, before I exit out of this, I do got to give one more positive, and that is Edna. Edna in this movie is absolutely great. I thought she added a lot of comedic parts too, and you really get to see a Edna that we didn't get to see in the first Incredibles, which I really appreciated in this film. So really, overall, like I said, I really enjoyed this movie. It could be a top 5 movie of the year for me. I don't know. I got to do some more thinking on it. But it definitely could be up there. And if it's not up there, it definitely deserves to be the 6th or 7th spot. And it definitely deserves that honorable mention. You know what I mean? I really enjoyed this movie. And I definitely think you will enjoy this movie too. It was totally worth the 14-year wait. And if anything coming out of this movie, I just really want an Incredibles 3. Like, please make it happen, Pixar. Make it happen, Disney. Whatever you have to do, do an Incredibles 3. I think we deserve it. I think the audience wants it, and if this movie goes on and makes as much money as they think it'll make, then they will definitely do it. So yes, overall, I do gotta say this movie is fantastic. It is incredible, no pun intended, and I just really enjoyed this film overall for everything that it was. But that's what I've thought about this film. Definitely let me know what you guys think about this film in the comments below after you see it. Did you guys like it? Did you not like it? Why or why not? I want to hear all your opinions on this. And if you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up and share it around all of your friends. But with all that out of the way, thank you for watching.